The Rights Empowerment and Cohesion Program REACH has come a long way from its humble beginning, where it all started under a mango tree in the village of Nakera, Vakondrove in 2015. It took 32 people, 26 females and 6 male, to take that leap of faith and the bold step to give this program a fighting chance. And as the saying goes, the rest is history. REACH means to stretch out one's hand. The REACH program is doing exactly that for the rural and urban Fijian.
REACH is the means to inform the people that government cares for them. That there is a caring government that actually puts action into the promises they've made to the people. It's a commitment made real. REACH is also an act of humility, where you take yourself down for the service of others, that you go through some draconian conditions to reach them, whether it's going through on foot, whether it's going through on boats, going through on some very difficult road access. Key to this is that the service to others matters most. And this is really the heart and blood of a government.
With the ongoing consultation talks between all the stakeholders, the formalizations of the program finally took its shape on the 20th of April 2015.
It's a platform that has been made alive, that undertaken to break down the silos or the barriers that does exist between government agencies. It's a barrier that it's a human divide, I would say, that REACH is able to break it out and actually join it so it becomes very functional. You've seen it in Fiji, and the impacts of these REACH services to the community are quite enriching. They're very well documented, and these are impacts that have actually touched the very lives and livelihoods of the people that would have been left out if the program was not implemented in Fiji.
REACH allows the government services to be taken to the doorstep of people in the rural and remote areas. One thing that the REACH has made in Fiji is that it's almost reached almost all tikinas or district levels. It has reached all 14 provinces through this work of mobile services and raising awareness. It's embedded under the human rights-based approach that allows individuals to be informed of their rights and also have access to crucial government services, which work in a sort of an integrated approach with the assistance of the Ministry of Women, Children, Poverty Alleviation and the Legal Aid Commission.
The program has brought about a lot of positives from both integrated services providers and the community.
This is a reliable means whereby government could be in a very confident state to say, yes, we have left no one behind. Yes, we've reached those in the marginalized communities. Yes, we reach the people that are bedridden, people with diabetes, people that doesn't have the financial means to reach access service delivery. Yes, to people that find it very difficult to traverse the oceans because of bad weather or because of their isolation in the maritime communities, to be able to meet up their needs.
The unique part of the program is that it will reach the unreachable.
Within the REACH program, we've been able to undertake civil marriages, some very well within the confinements of the community, on the beaches of their village, within caves, even some in the mobile buses that we have. And those are very tearful stories to say, to be here that, decades of living in a relationship and never been formalized. and they were able to undertake that because of the REACH program actually coming to them.
Since its inception, the program is literally reaching out not only to the Fijian community, but has now extended its ever-reaching arms to our brothers and sisters in the Pacific.
Our trip to the Pacific Island countries was actually to link up with some of the central authorities of the country, to inform them about the program, to inform that Fiji has learned. Fiji is here to share the best practices. Fiji is willing to train the trainers, and Fiji is willing to assist their missions. And likewise, to inform them that we can also collaborate on the Fijian frontier, that they can join our mission, that we can support them do this. We wanted to share this because we see that it's not only for our people, but also for the people of the Pacific. We do this on a South-South cooperation. We do it within the Pacific Brotherhood and also sisterhood relationship that we have on the good bond, the friendship bond that Pacific Island countries do enjoy.
One thing that we aim to do in Tonga is that we're able to bring these two government agencies, the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Ministry of Justice, to work in close collaboration along with UNDP and the support of UN Women based in Tonga to empower those rural Tongans who are living far away from your government services. At the same time, while we try to deliver the services, we empower them of their rights, allowing them to understand and appreciate what the government of Tonga has for them in terms of their rights, in terms of their accessing crucial services.
The program has its symbiosis effect. While the emphasis is based on those needing the services, it empowers the integrated services providers as well.
It'll be able to cross-fertilize knowledge or information that's within the government sector. After all, when you go as an agency, you are really the hands and feet of the government going to the people.
After much consultation, the Samoan and the Tongan government has shown keen interest in adopting the REACH program. This followed with the launch of the program in their respective countries.
The implementation of the REACH pilot project is the commitment of the government of Tonga to ensure people in remote and maritime communities have access to justice and services. It is important that victims and people who face difficulty in accessing government services are prioritized in our service provision. Through the REACH mobile service delivery model, we aim to address these challenges, including remoteness and geographic isolation, increase knowledge and awareness among citizens on their rights, and make government services more accessible to them.
The prime objective of the mission to Samoa and Tonga was to effectively introduce the model, scaling up the reach beyond Fiji to Samoa and Tonga. Train the Trainers workshop was straightforward with presentation from facilitators.
It'll go here, there, there. So we try to lock something. You
For simply having a good relationship with your stakeholders.
So those are just some of the challenges, when we go out, is that you're already bringing up some very good issues. One is the brought up by Sam.
The presentation allowed participants better understanding of certain concepts and ideologies. The group discussion were intense as participants brainstormed and shared ideas.
Advertise what we're doing because of the limitation of my budget.
Ability to make aware.
Visualization should be first.
One powerful aspect of the workshop was the mock exercise and practical session. The idea was to get participants to reenact real-life situations and how they would deal with them. For Nani Fifita, the workshop could not have been any better, as it falls in line with what the Office of the Ombudsman does.
It's an eye-opening exercise for me, knowing very well that the Office of the Ombudsman has been conducting outreach programs since about 5 years ago or 4 years ago, and it has been a standalone program where we would go out to the community, to village, to schools, to youth gatherings, even church gatherings, and conduct our outreach programs. So in this way, having to join REACH, it is a concerted effort for all key stakeholders. And the most important thing is to inform and educate the people of Tonga about our respective core functions and also how we could help them. Maybe a free service, totally free service for the Office of the Ombudsman. But the important thing is to empower and reach them in a concerted way, where all the stakeholders, government ministries, and perhaps other projects that are related to the service that we provide, respectively provide for the people of Tonga, come together, go as one team, and conduct the outreach programs that the people of Tonga ought to know about and to take advantage of.
The REACH program is great as it breaks down notions of working in silos and combine all social support services working together in taking their services to the people.
It's a great initiative because we used to work in isolation. Our Office of the Ombudsman would go out to the community on our own. We work as a standalone team, only the Office of the Ombudsman, but this time we go as one team, concerted effort, as I said before, and inform the people about our respective services and maybe encourage them, but for them to make informed decision how to take advantage of each service, that's the most important thing.
For Youth Development Officer, the workshop was an important one as it brought all stakeholders to get to know each other better and what the services they provided.
So this was an opportunity. It's the last 3 days of working with these different ministries to know each other more, especially the line ministries that are whose work are more relevant with our work back in the ministry with youth, and not just the ministries but the personnel or the officers responsible for whichever that are most relevant to our work. So just before going out to the communities, I think this was very beneficial for us as civil servants to know each other well more and first before we actually go out. So we need to know that not only knowing each other but to understand each other and how we're linked to each other and each other's
For
work.
Cinema, the REACH program is a vehicle to strengthen their bid for a national youth policy.
Because Tonga does not have a national youth policy at the moment, and that's one of our initiatives in the ministry, is trying to develop one for Tonga. So we're consulting with the communities and updating them of what's already done, especially with our consultations in other communities and what's happening with the policy at the moment. I believe it is essential for everybody to know.
The National Identity Card Unit of the Palace's office is excited about the program.
Regarding the benefit of the REACH program for our office, this is a really good opportunity for us to take our service directly to those in isolated and remote populations, and also to inform the public that registrations are free and children are able to register at the age of 14 and above.
The Justice Department felt the program is an excellent one.
So I believe this will be a platform for online ministries here in Tonga to be able to work together and to streamline their services so that it's more available to the people of Tonga. A great opportunity for the services to be taken out to those who are not yet reached and to interact with the public and for them to be more familiar and to know of the services that we provide. With the Ministry of Justice, the Family Protection Legal Aid Center, as well as other services that we're still considering that will be applicable in this project. We're hoping that the people will be more aware of certain requirements and necessary relevant procedures that they will have to go through to be able to fulfill applications or to bring about cases to the Family Protection Legal Aid Center. So we are really excited. We're really excited to participate in REACH, and not only for the beneficial of the people, but as civil servants as well. So.
Recognizing the successful innovative REACH model in Fiji, the Samoan and Tongan government has indicated strong interest in adopting the model.
I fully support this initiative for the accessibility of government services to remote areas. and to the most vulnerable groups, such as women, children, elderly, disabled, and men. The course of the training will be in 3 stages. 1, the REACH preparation. Second, undertaking the mission and stage. And number 3, the post-REACH mission. We will identify the remote location to contact the pilot as well as all logistical matters such as the advanced team, service delivery, data collection, and the mode of transportation. Lastly, the post-REACH mission will be measuring the impact by data collection, analysis, and on reporting, which may lead to policy.
Apart from the workshop, the Permanent Secretary for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Joseph Okoroibueta, had bilateral and multilateral dialogue discussion with key stakeholders in both Samoa and Tonga. In adapting to the national context, we intend to implement REACH in Pacific Island countries and remote villages of Tonga and Samoa, thus supporting national government, stakeholders, and services providers in raising awareness and delivering services to remote areas with support to vulnerable social groups, including women.
Tonga and Samoa have been fortunate to receive the same support from our development partners to commence this great initiative, and most importantly, support Tonga's effort to achieve Sustainable Development Goal number 5, to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls, as well as Sustainable Development Goal number 16, to promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions.